Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Valentine's Day, Monday, February 14th. And I'd like to tell you where I am, but I haven't given this place a name yet. And about 2 miles as the crow flies, but 4.5 miles driving time from my house. Um, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Trying to get out of the sun here a little bit. Which is funny. I should be standing in the sun because it's cold out here. Probably about 20, 28 degrees. There we go. That's a good spot. Um, wow. I picked up a whole lot of new subscribers. Guys, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I know you heard me or my email read on Facts by How to Hunt with Steve Isdall, and me and a couple of my guys are trying to stay in communication with him. Yeah, guy's got his plate full. He's what a mess. Um, but thank you for coming over. I really appreciate the subscribers. This is a different kind of channel than any of the other channels you're going to find because I am not out here trying to prove anything to anybody. I have one question that was asked. Oh, probably 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember who it was that asked this question, so please forgive me. But the question was asked why that I should, or something to the fact that I should run video uh, when we're having the encounters so I can share that. Well, let me address that. I've addressed something similar to this before. And I know everybody's not going to go back through and watch all my videos starting at the beginning, working all the way forward, which is what I recommend you do. I don't use video. They don't like cameras. They don't like their pictures taken. They know what cameras are. They know what video cameras are. They don't like them. I've made a promise to them that I will never intentionally try and take photographs or video of them. You know, if they end up showing up in a picture I take somewhere during the day, then so be it. But no, I don't use video because I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. This is my personal journey, and I'm sharing it with whoever decides they want to listen to it. Do I have all the answers? No. I have very few answers. I have more questions than answers. Every time I think I get an answer, that raises 100 more questions. But so I'm out here at this new campsite. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, and I'll explain why. Somebody who had listened to my email that Steve had read, who lives here in Arizona, had contacted me, and I've actually had a couple people reach out to me. I don't have his permission to use his name now, but he was getting ready to go on a 4-day camping trip and wanted to know if I could point him in the right direction, and wanted to meet up with me, and so we got that set up, and actually he got to meet with Chuck also, and he came and spent the night before last out here by himself, and I stayed the night last night. Not a lot of activity, but there was some. I did see 3 twinkle lights. I did get a little hello tingle, very, very light zap. Called it a night about 8:30, somewhere around there. Somewhere around 9 o'clock, had a coyote yip real close to camp, within probably about 50 yards. I love it when they do that. And right on cue, about 1:30 in the morning, and I have to upload my audio. But about 1:30 in the morning, I got zapped pretty good, and I heard a whistle, probably 20 feet from my tent. And so yeah, I was awake enough that I looked at my watch to get a timestamp on it, and that was right about 1:30 in the morning. So when I go home, I'll upload the audio, and if I find it, then it happened. If I don't find it, well, then it was part of a dream. But I don't think it was part of a dream. But it's a nice little campsite here. I was going to spend 2 nights out here with him, but and I really did a number on my back working on my house. I had to rebuild my woodshed. The previous owner, just it wasn't a very good woodshed, and we didn't get the winter here that we were expecting. And average snowfall here is 21 inches, and storm that was coming through right after Christmas was projecting that we could have up to 3.5 feet of snow, and we got like 2 inches, but we had like almost 5 inches of rain. So I started rebuilding this woodshed, and of course I had about 2 cords of wood that I had to move out of it, plus about another cord of wood that I'd personally cut and had stacked next to it. And one of my injuries from Desert Storm is to my thoracic spine, and I aggravated it doing that, and was up and mobile and doing pretty good, and I'm doing pretty good right now. But sleeping on my cot, just a rough night last night. So I won't be staying the night out here tonight. I'll be packing up and heading back to the house, but I will come back out and do a night sit with them again tonight. Because like I said, I'm only a couple miles from my house, and what the hell, right? But yeah, I took him. We went walking around. I was looking for structures and sign of them being around. I know they're out here. I've had them at my house. Found a couple really old leaners, couple really old tree breaks or branch breaks up at about 10-foot level with a typical twist and snap. It's not a snow load break or anything like that. It was literally twisted and snapped, so it was them. And found a possible footprint, fell into that category of mine of a confirmed possibility of a definite maybe. Nothing is rock solid down here as far as structures as like what we get up there at Hilltop and Squatch Camp and all that. But yeah, so yeah, so for all the new viewers, I really recommend going back and looking at some of my videos, because I do a whole lot of explaining about how I operate. Oh, there goes my phone out of focus. But I do a whole lot of videos about how I operate, why I do things the way I do things, the kind of just looking around trying to figure out what's making my focus jump. Typically only does that over at Crazy Town. But yeah, I do things a lot different than basically any other researchers out there. We hate the the term researchers, because we're not researching, we're out here learning, we're learners. And that's what we're out here to do, is learn about them by them. You know, I do take into account what other people talk about with their experiences, because it does matter. But when it comes to other people's opinions, referring to just enthusiasts, you know, people who are just interested in the subject, and they come up with their own ideas without having any boots on the ground time out here, you know, that doesn't mean anything to me. It's, you know, it's just an idea. And yeah. Yeah, this is my first trip out this year, so you know it's going to get busy. As the weather gets better, a lot more videos will be coming up. But yeah, I'm coming. I'm hoping by the end of this season, I'm going to be over 10,000 hours out here on boots on the ground. And that's just a magical number. I've talked about that before, and no, I'm not an expert. No, I'll never be an expert. But anyway, um, I'm just going to sit here and babble and babble and babble, and nobody wants to hear that. If I find anything super interesting on the audio, of course, I'll share it. But other than that, until my next video, um, you know, I may do one tomorrow. As always, I love each and every one of you. Peace out.